Alright, welcome back everybody. Game number 2 underway here in this last best of 3 of the day for the Dragon Invitational. Once again, you hear that name Dragon, I wonder why is Rifkin streaming? Where's Dragon? Well, he couldn't be here today. He is, of course, in the game observing, though. He's been here all day, guys, with us. He's an awesome dude. And, well, actually, no, he hasn't been here all day. What am I saying? He's been here for this last best of 3 with us. He dumped the role of adminning on me out of nowhere, but I hope I've been able to do a sufficient job. Things are running pretty smoothly up to this point, but enough about that. Let's hop into the intro. Spawn here on the leftmost side of the map, taking a very early gas, leading almost only, well, we'll talk about in a moment, the red Terran player, Supernova. But yeah, most likely the earlier factory in this instance, or possibly Banshees if he takes the second one. But we'll talk about that more as we see the build shape up. Bottom right corner of the map, though, leading 1-0. Will he make it to the round of 4, to the semifinals and fight against Ragnarok? It's going to be alive. But yeah, so the brackets at this point have shaped up really nicely. We've got the semifinals for tomorrow all set up. I don't know if Dragon does the semifinals to the finals all in one go or what the deal is. I'm going to see if we can come back to cast it as well, of course. But Center versus San, if you guys missed it, will be the first semifinals match tomorrow. Followed up by Ragnarok versus the winner of this series. Then I think it's the third place match at the finals, or the finals third place match, whatever the order you choose to do it in. But anyway, Supernova takes an 11 gas this game, guys. This is going to stall out your command center usually a little bit longer because you have to, of course, cut that SCV and you get that extra one out. Or, not cut the SCV, actually. In consequence, you get a 16th SCV into an orbital. But this is also you can get the factory down as fast as possible. Now, this can still go 2 different ways. If he takes the refinery here soon on, it's usually 17 or 18, then we'll see the Banshee most likely. But what I'm imagining the case is going to be is just the fastest Hellions you can get out possible. As we see alive, you know, he didn't quite do the same order, but he takes 2 gases, 2 and 2 on each. This leads to what is possibly Banshees. And if that's the case, well, so be it. We'll see how this plays out. But one of the things for Supernova, guys, that I'm kind of keen on seeing how this goes is how does he plan to play this one out? That last game, he just got caught off guard. I mean, he was not ready for the attack in the slightest. There wasn't a wall up. There's a lot of ifs, ands, or buts on the way that could have gone differently as far as taking a fight goes, but the base trade, the dive, what he was forced into was certainly not what he was comfortable with. And what I imagine is going to happen here is with the starport coming down is probably going to be Hellion drops. This is something actually we've seen really successful out of some players. Catch their Terran opponent off guard because the Hellions early on are hard to deal with. They're really just not the easiest units of the game to get rid of. But oh, reactor. What? Okay, so anyways, he's gonna have about 2 Hellions out here. Probably about 3 by the time the medevac's done. He may wait for that 4th, I don't know. But one thing is the SCV has to scout what's going on. So 3-player spawn map like Catalina. All right, he realizes he's not in the top right, so he's going to be in the bottom left or bottom right. Sorry. Bottom left's over here, you can't be over here. But yeah, the medevac's on the way, and I don't know how well this will work. Alive is going to go for that Banshee, though, as predicted with that second gas. So for Supernova, he's in a little bit of trouble as far as staying at home goes. You know, he's got the Marine count to deal with the Banshee, but he doesn't really have any detection, and you cannot afford to, nor do you want to be burning a lot of scans to deal with this. By the way, sick mules here. Mule, 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 mule. But, okay. SCV gets picked off over here as first blood. Kind of startled me there a moment. But it's actually not going to be the Hellions. I thought this was going to be the Hellion drop, but he's going to go with the Marine drop with the Hellion follow-up. Alive does, however, have these depots up and ready to go. So those Hellions are not going to be able to run up the ramp like you normally would. Elevating them here at the cliff might just be the better option. He's going to win the fight with the Marines simply due to the fact that he's got the Hellions combined with, yeah, even though there's a pull coming into this. He's got to back away, though. The Widowmine is going to be quite dangerous to deal with. Doesn't want to lose too much here, but of course he can still kill some SCVs. He's killed about 4 of his opponents so far. This is a good aggressive start to this game. SCVs pulled into Hellions. Never a good thing to do, but sadly a little bit necessary in this instance. Lots of them are starting to bleed out here. The Marines are also getting picked off. Once again, the medevac itself lends a lot to this fight. The drop and pickup mechanic works out really nicely here too. Keeps the Hellion alive for another blast off. Possibly, however, there's no projectile here, but 12 workers dead. Let's see if he can make up that difference here with the Banshee. Probably not. Turret is on the way. He's got a scan banked up. He's got the Viking ready to go. He's got a scan now, though. 2 Vikings can easily kill a Banshee, but not with the way he scanned there. A little bit awkward. SCV actually picking away at the SCV here at the Nash. We're trying to build that CC. Supernova in a fantastic spot this game. 22 workers over 16 is a big deal. Downside is he doesn't quite have another scan available to finish off the Banshee. So, well, he's going to be annoyed here. He's not going to lose the game. Meanwhile, medevac does finally get around and out of this base. Another Banshee's going to be coming in here. There's a Raven up as well. Not sure I love the choice of the Raven. I mean, the most the Raven can really do is throw down a point defense drone. That reactor does burn down, though. Was not expecting that. Oh, actually, it doesn't go for the PDD. Goes for the auto turret instead. Not a bad choice at all, considering it's a building armored unit. Marines actually can't deal with this. Vikings will have to land to kill it. That's always annoying to do, but will kill it. But Supernova's still not being able to finish this. I like this at Alive. Like, he's getting some pretty good harass off with this. What is a little bit scary, though, is it's big, open ramp. Does not have any way to keep these Hellions out of his base. Lots of Vikings are made, and when it's mech battles, like, Vikings are good. They're armored units. They can soak the hits better from Hellions. People really underestimate the value, the damage that Vikings can do while landed, but yeah, Banshee gets picked off there, and looks like we've got Alive getting ready for a small push. Auto turret comes down once again. This is such a nuisance. Tank now going to be out of position for this fight. Vikings are chasing this off, but they need to be back at home. Supernova, don't get baited out of position. This happened last game, man. Don't let it happen again. He'll kill the Marines, but that volley from the Hellions. Oh my god, that damage. Siege Tank should be okay here as long as he doesn't siege it. If he does siege it, they're just going to run away from it or run onto its dead stone. So either way, SCVs are going to be pulled away from this. Like I said before, the question is, can he deal enough damage to make up for the damage he lost earlier? This tank cannot connect to anything. Picks up the SCVs to keep them alive, but oh my god, so many workers have gone down. He might have a third CC, but he needs to lift this and get it back towards that main. There's no way he holds onto this. Vikings land on the other side of the map. Ooh, curious choice here. Widowmine actually gets picked off, lifts up the Vikings. He gets a couple worker kills for his trouble, not too shabby, but still has these SCVs in the medevac not mining anything right now, so he's got no money to work with. Supernova is actually in a lot of trouble. He can't build anything to defend with. GG, what? No! Oh, Supernova. Oh, I love Supernova, but that's gonna be it for him. He's done. Dunzerino. Alive takes it 2-0. But that's gonna be that, guys. So Alive will move on to fight Ragnarok in the semifinals. I kind of get my secret wish at the same time. Like I said, I would have loved to have seen Supernova versus Stardust, but Ragnarok versus Alive tickles my fancy, certainly. But yeah, that sets up a really nice tomorrow here for the Dragon Invitational, guys.